Hello, this is Music Mukbang. I am Zoe, and today we are talking to Axel from Axe and the Hatchetmen. Hello, how are you?
Hello. Good, good. Thanks for having me.
What have you been up to today so far? Anything exciting?
I woke up half an hour before this interview. Uh,
Real, so real.
yep, so not too much just yet, but yeah.
Well, perfect. So, and remind me, are you from the Chicago area? I know in your bio it says Chicago, but I know some of the band members are from different places. So,
We're mostly from the north suburbs of Chicago.
okay.
Like kind of a lot of the guys grew up in Gurnee.
Okay.
I grew up in this little town called Lake Villa. It's not too
Okay.
far. And then our trumpet player Phil is kind of the only guy that can really claim the city of Chicago.
In
I mean,
Chicago.
even not even the city. He grew up in Park Ridge.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, now almost all of us live downtown, and have for a few years for like we all kind of moved for college and stuff and just to try and get into the music scene. So yeah, I think now we can consider ourselves Chicago,
Yeah.
but for a while we were Chicagoland area, yeah, that kind of thing.
How are you liking being in the city? How is the music scene in Chicago treating you?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love the music scene in Chicago. There's just a ton of good young bands that I love to go out and see. Yeah, just recently played Lollapalooza. Our friends Scarlett D'Amour, absolutely
Yes.
super cool band that I have loved their live set for years. But yeah, there's a whole ton of bands that we like. Cruising through Chicago, we were invited, Authentic Pines, and yeah, I just love the community. There's like a connection between food and music and clothing and yeah, it's just like a very DIY kind of put together thing by young kind of people that just care about music and art, and it's just so fun to be a part of or try to be a part of.
Yeah, for sure. And now I think our friends Kangaroo Court, I think they have done
Oh
some
yeah.
stuff with Scarlett D'Amour too.
Hmm.
But did you get to actually see their set at Lala this year?
I did not. I
Oh,
was
bummer.
able to go on Thursday and Friday, and I
Hmm.
had to leave before. I think they were on, I don't remember if they were on Saturday or Sunday, but my friends Post Sex Nachos were also there
Okay.
on Sunday, who I really wanted to see as well. But yeah, no, I wish I could have seen her set.
Still good. I saw the videos and stuff like that. It looked like it was a great show for sure. So now something new for you, and obviously the focus is your band X and the Hatchetmen, but I did want to touch a little bit on you were in an episode of Outer Banks in the band The Runarounds.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I noticed too, like also I don't know if you're familiar with like Dylan Minnette and like Wallows and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
noticed some kind of similarities there with like like doing the acting and things like that. So how did you end up in this situation doing this spin-off series with
Hmm.
the Runarounds?
Beats me. But no. Yeah, that's funny. I was trying to look up Wallows and how they did it to see if I was doing the wrong thing or not for a while. But
That's funny.
yeah, no, it was some sort of like Instagram story that people put out from the Outer Banks cast like a few years ago, like in the height
Oh,
of COVID. And it was just like, yeah, we're looking for bands for our show. Just submit a thing if you'd like. And so we did. And then it turned into a whole new thing, a whole new project. Just kind of fell into it. And yeah, I'm so excited to be working on it. Yeah.
that's so cool. And so I'm sure you're very busy with all that, but as the news kind of comes out, people can definitely stay tuned and kind of find out more about that too. It sounds like it's going to be a really cool series, so
I'm
definitely
excited.
stay
Thank you so
tuned.
much.
Yeah. You mentioned Lollapalooza. I know
Yep.
you guys played in summer of 2023. Can you talk a little bit about that experience and what was the most surprising part about being a part of Lollapalooza?
I think easily, I think the most surprising part was that they hired us to play there. Um, but beyond that, just like seeing the I mean, we had done festivals before, but just like seeing the inner workings of like a really substantially sized festival was crazy. They have like a whole the this is the dumbest answer, but the like legion of golf carts that are like
Yeah.
traversing the festival just blew my mind for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was great, and we had always kind of I had never been to the fest. There were a lot of people in the band that had never been to the fest before, so
Okay.
just to be able to go for the first time was super great. Um,
Yeah.
and the fact that there were people there when we stepped on stage and stuff, yeah, we really just couldn't have been happier to be there. That's like the one that, you grow up kind of hearing about living in Chicago. And so, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so that was after you guys had already made the move to Chicago?
Yeah, we had been living there for probably 2 or so years by then.
Gotcha. So you were proper locals at that point then.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we could claim it at that point, I think. Yeah.
So after doing Lala, do you still have a dream venue that you guys would like to play? I mean, for you personally, or maybe one that you and the band have talked about?
Um, I don't know if it's my personal dream venue or just kind of everyone's dream venue, but I think Red Rocks is way up there,
Yeah.
um, just because of how gorgeous it is. But yeah, I mean, I know all the boys want to keep doing shows. I don't exactly know what their dream spots are, but I think everyone would probably agree with Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I have also yet to see a show there. We went one day when we were in Colorado just to like go check out the venue and like hike around it a little bit. But no, I would love to see a show there, let alone play there.
Yeah, for sure. That one is a pretty when usually so I ask that question to pretty much like every artist I interview as long as it like fits with the style of the interview, but a
Yeah.
lot of them say Red Rocks. And when
Hmm.
we chatted with Peach Pit, they said that too as well. And it was you were talking about the festival and kind of the things that were like surprising you. I remember they were talking about like advice that they were giving people at festivals and like just like get the massage if they have a massage and just like
Yeah,
soak it all in. So, I mean, having never been to the festival before, it definitely sounded like it was a whole experience for you for sure. So,
certainly. Yeah.
Sunscreen is the most recent single out now. Obviously, by the time that this interview releases, there will be more music out. But I want to hear a little bit more about that song. Was there anything different about the process for that as opposed to other music that you guys have released?
Yeah. It was one of, I guess, the first co-writes we ever really did for this band. Was with our friend Casey Smith, who we had a great time writing it with. But yeah, it was just kind of a different process. I had like a guitar riff that I had had in the vault for a while and just pulled something out and yeah, kind of decided to make it a song. It was Casey, me, our guitar player Sal, and our producer Jake, all kind of put the lyrics together. But yeah, no, it was funny because we had never really tried things that way with co-writers for this band at least, and yeah, for that reason, we kind of just like went into it with a very open mind, or me and Sal, and yeah, just kind of like songs came out of the woodwork, and we had to. It's not usual because usually, for me, I'll write something and then decide if I like it for like weeks and agonize over whether I want to keep it and continue writing it.
Yeah.
But these things, it was like, we just write a song that day and then that's it. And so it took like a while to like know how we felt about the songs.
Yeah.
And I ended up being really happy and excited about them, which I'm super happy about. But yeah, not too different a process, still writing a song, but just with some friends in the room.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's so super special too to kind of have that different feel for each of the songs of like some, may take a really, really long time, and then other times it just kind of like clicks and it flows so nicely like that. So,
Sure, it's beautiful when that happens and
yeah,
it clicks and it flows very nicely. That's for sure.
a
But yeah,
pleasant
no, some
surprise.
are written by just like us dudes, and we've been branching out and trying to have fun with other people lately. So I'm stoked for it all.
So, with obviously you guys have been a band for a while, how would you say that your sound has kind of changed over time from the very beginnings of Axe and the Hatchetmen to now?
Hmm. I That's hard to say. Just because we never really like had an intention the
Yeah.
whole time. It was always just kind of like, oh, that sounds fun. You guys like that? Cool, cool. You want to play that? Cool. And it's kind of always just been off that.
Mhm.
And so we haven't really been like plotting, okay, we're gonna change our kind of sound to this or do this different or I think it's just like our consistent like external musical influences that kind of just like are inspiring what we end up doing. Um, but yeah, I mean, just having fun, as silly as it sounds, has been the basis of like all of the songs for forever. So yeah, as long as everybody likes playing them and they mean something to me, and the rest of the guys, then that's the only standard we've had, really.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like that's like the best way to go about it, right? Like you can't I feel like if you do it any other way, then it's not as sustainable, right? So that
I feel
totally
like
makes
yeah, we'd probably start to psych ourselves out or something if
yeah.
we were trying to cater very specifically. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So in 2019, you guys released Peach Trees, which, if we're going by streaming standards, that is the most successful song that you guys have released to
Yep.
date. Why do you think that is? Was there anything different that you guys did that caused it to get such attention?
I I don't know. It's probably just the kind of the answer I gave just now. It was in the spirit of fun. I mean, it's a really fun feeling song. It's happy. Um, Makes me want to like jump in the water.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm glad people liked it. We had fun making it. But yeah, I have no idea why it's like the top. I don't know. Maybe we made a good TikTok or something. I can't remember. But yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it timeline wise too, that was like right at the beginning, I think, if anything, of TikTok, because I feel like TikTok really started popping off in 2020. So that's really interesting.
When everyone
Um,
was stuck on their
speak
phones in
Speaking
COVID.
of social media,
Hmm.
is out of the band, is there any one person that really enjoys the social media? How do you guys feel about that? I know you guys try to be super creative as far as like with your reels and stuff like that on Instagram. So, is there any
Um,
one person that takes charge there?
we kinda, I guess, I don't know. I would say me and Sal. But yeah, I mean, social media is not my favorite thing as a concept. And so I guess as an answer to that, we just put out painfully stupid and brain-numbing videos to
Yeah.
promote our shows and tours, um, and music. But yeah, I think me and Sal do a lot of kind of stupid promo ideas and stuff like that. But everybody pitches in, truly.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it really fun for me. I love seeing like I'm out of town right now, working on that Runarounds band, but I see the guys just uploading stuff, and I love like not having seen any part of it being made, and then just seeing the the finished product, and I'm like, wow, yeah, whoever thought of that was definitely high. But yeah.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. That's awesome. I like that. That's kind of fun that you guys all are, it's just you all chip in and whatever happens, happens. That's great.
Thank you. I mean, it's like Instagram and TikTok. Like, I think to be really like, yeah, like, I don't know the word, to be really anal about it would be just silly for us at least. But yeah.
Yes, definitely. And I think too many times you see people that are very strict with themselves and it doesn't necessarily come off as genuine, you know? So I totally agree with you there for sure.
Well, thank
Um, so although we don't have the full band here, I'm still going to ask some equipment related questions because I'm always curious to kind of hear for
Go for it.
you, your guitar, do you have go-to strings or picks that you
Yeah.
use?
Oh yeah. I've been playing the Diodario like NYXL, I think they're called strings for like quite some time now. Probably 4-ish years maybe. And yeah, I actually just got here. Wait 1 second. Got sent some of these Diodarios. They're like slightly different. They're
That's
called
sick.
XS's as
Uh-huh.
opposed to the XLs or NYXLs. Sorry. But yeah, I'm about to throw these on my guitar pretty soon. They're supposed to be like coated with something, maximum life and not break. Yeah. Anyway,
Cool.
nerding out immediately on those, but picks. I have this. It's like a Dunlop Altex. It's got a little rhino on it, and it's like a 1 millimeter thickness, I think. But those are my jam.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, for sure. And I see that you've also used the White Falcon for a while in a lot of your performances. Is there a backstory there on that guitar?
Kinda, yeah. It would. My dad actually kind of picked that shape out for me. We went. The first like electric I gigged for a while was a Les Paul, but
Okay.
I think we went into a music shop together and maybe chose a white hollow body Gretsch. And it was like a electromatic model or something, I'm pretty sure. And I gigged that for probably 6 to 8 years. But then it was kind of, there was a bad winter in Chicago one time. I remember going from our garage where I practice to into the house, and I slipped with the guitar on the ice
Oh
on the
no.
stairs, and I knocked off one of the tuning pegs and kind of blocked off a bunch of the wood. I was like, yeah, I came in and I was like, Dad, I ate it outside. And he was like, how's the guitar? And I was like, thank you for caring about me. The guitar is not that well either. But so to my surprise, we did a show. I don't know how long after that, but we were kind of taking a break or whatever mid-show, and then I go back to the stage for our next set, and my dad had gotten me a white falcon and put it on the stage, and I like kind of unwrapped it right there, and then
Oh,
played the rest of the show with it. And so that was he upgraded me. He came in clutch super hard, and yeah, I'm so happy to be able to play that guitar. I've had so much fun with it.
that's special. I mean, it's sad at the loss of the other one, but something very good to come out of it as well too.
Yeah, yes,
So
there was certainly a silver lining to that one.
So August 16th, you guys have love songs coming out. What should we expect from this song? What do you want people to feel or know when they listen to it?
I really hope, and I feel like I'm becoming a broken record. But I just hope the people want to tap their feet to it, and it feels like a sunny kind of um, summery song. Yeah, I hope people throw it on in their car and dance and feel good for a few minutes. Yeah, it's about like the spirit of keeping moving. And so I think people can relate to that. And yeah, just keep moving through life, have a good time, and I hope it's fun. I hope it's dancey.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you spoke a little bit about the process for sunscreen. Was there anything different, either producer wise or studio wise this time, as opposed to like maybe projects that you were doing way back in 2019?
Yeah, I mean, studio wise, producer wise, for sure. We're working with our friend Jake Sinclair. He is a champ. We're so lucky to have him on our side. Um, but yeah, no, we've been recording everything on tape, which has been really fun.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
And it's also got an added layer of like you can't mess up, which is also fun to play around with,
Yeah.
um, or to stress about, whichever we choose, I guess. But yeah, no, he's been a huge help, and he's been helping us like just he's good with songs, and so if we have questions or whatever, he'll help us out or help us find something that we couldn't. And yeah, Love Song specifically was written with Jake's friend and now our friend. Her name is Sam um, Barbera, I want to say is how you pronounce her last name. Um, but yeah, no, she was super cool. She's in this band called the LAXs,
Okay.
um, who I absolutely love. And yeah, no, we just had like really great time writing love songs. It was just we were laughing the whole time, and yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun. What was the reasoning for recording it on tape?
Just 'cause why not, I guess.
Yeah,
Our guy Jake had it, and he was like, "I think it'd be fun. You guys want to do it?" And we were like, "Yeah, totally."
yeah, that's it.
Um,
And I mean, do you notice any differences as far as like the sound? Like, does it kind of make it sound like
I mean, slightly. I don't. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy that's like, yeah, it sounds way better. But
sounds
there's like
warmer?
there's it does a little bit, and there's some sort of unique quality to it that I think we all kind of enjoy. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's might not be a huge difference, but yeah, it I think just knowing that we did it on tape is like half of it, honestly. But
Yeah. No, and I mean, I feel like also too, like switching up just like that creative process a little bit, I feel like just
yeah.
sparks like so many cool things to go along with it. So,
It makes
um,
it fun, yeah, because you have to do like everything like in the room on the day. It's like you
right.
can't like you're not adding in stuff after. It's like we're recording the band all at once in the
Mhm.
same room, besides vocals, which is yeah, just super fun.
Now, are there any special challenges when recording with a large band like that, specifically a band with horns?
Okay, yeah, I guess we didn't track with horns. We did that separately, but no, it's not too bad. I mean, we just have to like there's certain songs in which there's more space for built in that horns would just shine on.
Yeah.
Um and we just kind of try and find those gaps and um yeah, and make some fun horn parts. But our guys Phil and Quinn are like the, great at what they do. We love them, so it's not too hard to add them to our sound. Yeah, it's been like a pretty fluid process, thankfully. But yeah, we just kind of figure it out all together. We're like, oh, what if it was something, chill, patty like this? And then we do
Yeah.
that for hours until we have something. But yeah.
Right. No, that makes sense. And I feel like too also you guys having been a band for so long too, I feel like it's kind of becomes a lot easier to with like knowing your sound and knowing where things fit. So
Yeah,
that
there's
definitely makes sense.
finding a flow to it for sure.
Yeah. And I understand there's going to be a music video for Love Songs as well too. Is
Yeah,
that
there is.
done? Are we able to share a little bit?
Yeah, it's I mean, if this is coming out after the next
Yeah.
songs come out and stuff, then that'll be out too. But yeah, we were in LA doing a little bit of like demoing and just kind of threw together a music video kind of last minute. Our friend Sydney joined us. And yeah, I'm so excited for it to come out. We haven't really done many music video things of that nature. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. And I feel like it makes it so much more of like a build, right? To have that like music video to accompany it. And also too, like just I feel like people get to see your personality a little bit more kind of through that as well. So looking forward to watching that too.
Thank you.
Um and you guys have a tour coming up as well, correct?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
How many stops are you guys planning for?
A lot. I know we're gonna do separately East Coast and West Coast, I
Okay.
think.
Nice. That's a good.
Um, I don't exactly know. I would imagine close to 30 was almost
Oh,
just about how
wow.
many we did last time.
Yeah.
So something like that, probably like 15 per, side of the nation, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. So you've been to a lot of states and a lot of places in the US so far. Is there like any particular state that you're either excited to go back to or one that you're excited to visit for the first time?
Yeah. Always love Utah. Looks like Mars out there, and we love camping. Um, I'm obsessed with Washington. I love it out there in Seattle. All that kind of Pacific Northwest, like Portland and
Yeah.
just like the nature out there is insane. But I always love going to New York. Places I haven't been yet. I think we're gonna do our first Toronto show.
Oh,
Um,
sick.
I don't think I've been to Canada before, so I'll have to renew my passport and get on over there. Yeah,
Yeah,
excited
that'll
for
be good. A
Canada.
song Flagstaff as well too. So,
Yeah, no, Flagstaff was funny because we put it out and had artwork for it, and it's got like a little like map pin on
mhm.
part of Arizona, and it's not where Flagstaff is. And everyone who is from Flagstaff made sure we knew that after it was put out.
You got
Um,
dogged. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, we just put it kind of like under the text where it looked nice. I know, and Flagstaff also isn't like desert land, like kind of how we promoted all
Right,
of
right.
it. And so yeah, I am sorry to anyone who thinks we
Sorry to
were from that
Arizona.
one, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so tour coming up, that is very exciting, and that'll be in fall.
Yeah, it should be fall and another one in the spring.
Okay. Sounds good. So everyone can stay tuned. It sounds like you guys are gonna be hitting pretty much most of the states. So
Hopefully, yeah.
you'll everyone will get to see Axe and the Hatchetmen, so that'll be good.
Anyone
Um,
who'd like to.
what are some artists or albums that you have been listening to lately? What are some of your top ones on
Hmm.
rotation?
I've been Dayglow is about to put out an album.
Yes.
He just put out a few singles, but have been loving those new singles of his. I've probably listened to them a couple times per day since they've come out. They're just really happy, kind of dancey, fun songs. So yeah, I've been loving those. Um, let's see what else. I mean, Hippocampus keeps putting out new stuff. I think they're about to release an album. Their last song, Paranoid, was great. Um, this band, Winnetka Bowling League, recently put out an
Yes.
album, and they're touring it. Yeah, their song "Handsome" and "Shalala" and that whole "Shalala" album. We just went and saw it. Actually, we drove up to there's this venue called the Cat's Cradle
Okay.
in North Carolina a few weeks ago. But yeah, I've been listening to them. A whole bunch of people.
That's awesome. I think I it's funny you mentioned Winnetka Bowling League. I'm like that I feel like that very much is that whole like get up and dance kind of like
Yeah.
vibe to it for sure. Is there any like guilty pleasure artists or songs that you have that maybe don't fit that kind of vibe?
Um, I mean, definitely, but like who?
Ooh.
My usual guilty pleasure answer is this band called the Vamps.
Mm-hmm.
They were like total boy band vibes. But I absolutely loved them growing up and still love a decent bit of their music, just because of how hooky and fun it is, and I love the singer's voice. But I'd say that's my top guilty pleasure answer. I'm not listening to JoJo Siwa or anything currently.
Okay, good to know. I think everyone will be at peace knowing that you're not listening to JoJo
Oh,
Siwa.
Sabrina Carpenter. Everybody's been
Oh
loving that.
yeah,
And Chappell Rowan. They're I just saw her
totally.
set at Lollapalooza like last week and she killed it.
How was that? I mean, seeing all the aerial shots of like just it being packed. I think what did they say? I think they said it was like the most like the largest outcome of like people attending a Lala set or something
I
like
heard it
that.
was huge. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the show was great. It was like I don't know a ton of her music, but the songs I did know, I had a great time to, and everyone was having a blast that was
Yeah.
there watching it.
Did you do
Which
the
was really
dance? Did you do the hot to
yes, I
go dance?
did. I did do the Hot to Go dance. You know I
Nice.
did. But yeah, her and Sabrina Carpenter are certainly some more guilty pleasure listens.
For sure. And having been on the set of Outer Banks, having played Lollapalooza, is there any like starstruck moments that you've had during those times? Any band encounters or celeb encounters that you've been like, oh my gosh?
Um, we had a funny one at a fest like a couple months ago. We were at this one called Love and Life in North Carolina,
Okay.
and my grandma came out to see it. My grandma and parents were there,
Yeah.
and we got them like in the back area with us. We were at this little bar, and then it's after the show, kind of late. Um, and my grandma just like comes up to me and like my band and she's like, "Hey guys, this is Noah," and it's Noah Khan, and we're like, "Hey dude, what's up?" And so yeah, I ended up proceeding to shoot the shit for a little while. But yeah, no, that one was funny just because my grandma like brings the dude
Yeah.
up. Like, "Hey man, yeah, I know who you are." um But yeah, no, definitely a couple of moments where I haven't known what to say in the last couple of years, but it's fun. I mean, it's fun just meeting people.
Yeah, and I feel like that's so funny too. Like I feel you see on like on the internet all the time, like people's like parents running into like celebrities or something and
Yeah.
they're just like, "Oh, hey, like what's up?" Or like, "Hey, do you know this guy? He says he's a singer." And they're like, "Mom, that's whoever," you know? So
Sure. Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of funny that it happened in that way and he seems like he's a genuine guy. So
Oh, he
that's
couldn't have been nicer. Yeah.
yeah, a great experience for
He
sure.
said he was like, "Hey, I know your band." I was like, "No, you don't," but thank you.
Thank you.
Um,
Awesome. So you guys have a lot of cool things on deck, love songs, upcoming tour, and the music video. Where can everyone follow Axe and the Hatchetmen? Where can everyone follow you personally to kind of stay in touch with all these cool things coming up?
Um, so yeah, I mean, we have that Hatchetmen account, X and the Hatchetmen on Instagram or the TikToks or wherever you
That's
what might have you. Um, my personal stuff is I think it's Axel Ellis 4 on just about everything. Um, and then yeah, that's how you keep up to date, really. I mean, we do kind of everything through there. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Axel, for coming on Music Mukbang.
Thank you so much for
Excited to
having me.
see all the cool stuff in store for the band. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. That was so much fun.